Hi everybody, Chris here with School Garden Project, and today we're going to be looking at the first 3 plant parts that help plants to grow and what their function or job is for that plant. Follow along today. All you really need is a piece of paper or a page from your journal and something to write with. Let's dig in. I'm going to be drawing and labeling the different plant parts that we talk about today on my piece of paper here. You can follow along and draw on your own piece of paper, and feel free to add any colors or decorations when we're done. And don't worry if your plant that you're drawing as you follow along doesn't look exactly like mine. There's so many different types of plants in the world, it's okay if yours looks more like one of those. Let's begin. Let's start down here at the bottom, and we'll draw a little soil line. Now, do you know what plant part is below the soil? That's right, it's the roots. So you can draw with me some roots here underneath your soil. I like to add them branching out in different ways. Do you know what the job of the roots are? That's right, to draw up water and nutrients. So over here, let's write roots, and then up H2O, or water. The job of the roots is to draw up water and nutrients. Now, you may be asking yourself, wait, what are nutrients? Well, generally speaking, they're like vitamins for plants. And just like you need vitamins and minerals to grow healthy and stay strong, so do plants. There's actually a second job that the roots do. Hey, I drew a little anchor because the job of the roots is to hold that plant in place. Draw up water and nutrients, hold the plant in place like an anchor. Now that we have our roots drawing up water and nutrients, where do you think they go? That's right, up the stem. So let's draw a stem. Label it. In a gravity-defying act, the stem actually helps to draw water and nutrients up from the roots and moves them all around throughout the rest of the plant that we haven't drawn yet. Let's draw some arrows to represent the water and nutrients moving up. And then there's also some other things that we'll talk about later that come down through the stem. So the stem moves water, H2O, up and moves sugar down. And we'll talk about where that sugar comes from in our next plant part. The next plant part that we come to is the leaves. You've all seen leaves before, right? Great. Leaves kind of act like a solar panel to give the plant the energy it needs to grow. And inside the leaves, water and nutrients from the roots and the stem combine with sunlight from our happy sun up here and a special chemical called chlorophyll, which actually, by the way, is what makes leaves green, to create a sugar that the plant uses to grow, to make fruit, and to reproduce. Perhaps you might have heard of the fancy sciencey name for this process of turning sunlight into usable energy. Do you have any guesses? If you guessed photosynthesis, you're correct. Now, photosynthesis is a big, fancy, sciencey word. Photosynthesis is literally the process of turning sunlight into usable energy that that plant can use to grow and make fruit that we can eat. That sugary goodness that the plant is creating through photosynthesis is called glucose. Once that plant makes the glucose in the leaves, then the stems and these veins in the leaves move it around through the plant to help it to grow. Thanks everyone for following along with me and learning about the roots, stems, and leaves and how they help that plant to grow. I hope that your plant part diagram came out awesome. Don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like mine. And if you'd like, you can even add some extra pictures or colors or things to it to make it a little bit more exciting and help you remember those plant parts. Be sure to join me for part 2 in our series, where we're going to look at the next 3 plant parts that help the plant to reproduce and to make yummy fruits. Thanks again, everybody, and have a great day.